What you got in the bowl there, Dylan? What's in the bowl right there?
It's a new episode of the BYG Show. What's up, everybody?
Wow.
Welcome. Powerful intro. Man, Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing well.
Man, I am making it. Let's say
The
that.
pollen is killing me, but I'm doing all right.
I know, and everybody thinks you have corona.
Yeah. No, I swear.
And quarantine's got me going a little crazy. Yesterday, I did a puzzle. Spent 3 hours on it. It was rough.
How many pieces?
500.
Oh my gosh.
I almost cried.
3
And
hours.
toward the end of it, I was like, I just want to say. Like, Kayla made dinner behind me, and I'm like, I'm not allowing myself to eat until I finish this puzzle.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, please, God, help me finish this puzzle.
Kayla's just eating in front of you.
I'm like, oh, I just want this over with. But yeah, other than that, and watching Mr. Tafue, T-F-U-E, look him up, dig underground pools, I'm booked.
Isn't that the name of a Fortnite streamer? Tfue?
This guy, no talking on his channel. I kind of like it. Just music and him pounding the dirt. It's amazing. Look it up. Underground swimming pools. But anyways, enough of that. Enough talking about that. That's going to be talked about forever. Mark, we have a great show today.
We do.
I think we got a great show today, and tomorrow's show is also going to be great. But, great show today. What's the first thing we're doing?
All right, so our first bit here is going to be Guess Who?
Who dat?
For those of you who haven't seen us play this game before, how this works is we both have two people in our heads, and we're going to try to describe them, without using their name to the other person, and then that person is trying to guess who we're describing. So we'll do it one guess, one fact and then one guess, all the way up to 3. So I'll go ahead and start it off here.
All right.
My first person, for the first fact, they go to the Bellevue Middle School.
Okay, Bellevue Middle School. What's this? Is it Bailey Villers?
No.
Ay. Okay. What's the other fact?
The other fact is, this might give it away. No, okay. This person has one sibling.
They have one sibling.
One sibling.
Oh, you got me between 2 right now. 3, really? That's a lot. Go to Bellevue Middle, have one sibling. There's multiples I'm thinking of. Is it Jada?
No.
Alright, last one here.
Well, now I feel like okay. So this person is part of the NEST program.
It's so big. Is it Jaden Rucker?
No.
Who is it?
Daniel.
Daniel Dosu? I love you, sir. I was going back and forth. I was like, it could be Daniel. But because you gave me a look when I said Jada, I was like, I think he's gonna go Jaden. Those are the 3 vaguest hints ever.
Is that vague? I don't know. I couldn't think
one sibling, and I was like, oh, Jada and Jaden do. I was like, Daniel
think
has a
about that.
sibling. I was like, well, what if he goes like Eric and Arian route? We could go there as well. I don't know. But anyway, good one.
I should have.
Good
No,
one.
I should have.
It's okay.
I mean,
Daniel, we love you.
That's all I could think of was just Chris and Daniel. As soon as I said brother, I was like, oh, that takes Chris out of there. Or sibling, not brother.
Yeah, sibling. I don't know if Chris has 2 or 1. I don't know. I know he has a sister. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Here we go.
I don't know.
This person owns a cat.
My first thought was the nieces, but they own a dog. Owns a cat.
Yes.
Who owns a cat? Olivia?
No, wrong. Finally got one against you on this game. No. All right, here we go. This will help you out.
Okay.
They go to Nashville Christian School.
Has a cat. Goes to Nashville Christian.
Yes.
Has a cat and goes to Nashville Christian. Jack Polk.
No. All right. Final hint here. They love NASA.
They love NASA? What is this?
They own a cat. They go to Nashville Christian School, and they love NASA. Who is that?
I feel like I know who this is. I feel like
Guess
I've
who?
seen them in a shirt before. Or maybe a hat of NASA.
Okay, get somewhere.
Is it Maggie Dobbs?
This is Maggie Dobbs. Good job. Good job. Margaret Maggie Dobbs.
I remember sitting around the square.
It's like, she loves NASA. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a good one.
I almost choked that.
It was good. It was good. All right. To you, sir. To you.
Okay. We're going to start.
All right. Here we go.
You can only think of these people by their siblings. This person, one sibling.
One sibling.
One sibling.
So
Here, I'll narrow it down. One sister.
Well, I know. Oh!
There.
Okay.
There.
Okay. Because I know you did a guy, so I know this is a girl. I know this is a girl because we do a guy and a girl each. So this is a girl. Let's see. Has one sister?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Ava Marlin?
No.
Okay.
They do go to Nashville Christian, though.
I have one sister and they go to Nashville Christian. Cat Lacey.
No.
Oh! Okay.
They, within the past 7 days, have had a birthday.
It's Lizzie Lacey.
Yes.
Yes. I was like, it's one of the Lacey's. I was trying to go for it. Good job. All right, last one here. This person, all right, vague first. They're in middle school. Go.
In middle school.
They're in middle school.
Reed Niece.
No. Wrong go. Wrong go. All right. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay.
Here we go. This person has one sister.
In middle school, one sister. Jaden?
No, it's not Jaden. Love you,
I
Jaden.
thought you were trying to trick me.
Final one. This is where you're going to get it. We all knew it. This person plays lacrosse.
T-Bean.
It is T-Bean. I almost said red hair, but I was like, too easy. Lacrosse.
The only person.
Lacrosse Jesus lover. That's right. Instagram tag there. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this amazing game of Guess Who.
All right, guys. Well, now we're going to go into our next segment here as we begin our walk with God, or continue it.
All right, guys. So today in our walk with God, we are going to continue what we've been going through in 1st and 2nd Samuel. We are in 2nd Samuel today. We hope you enjoyed last week's. And so this is going along with our Sunday morning curriculum. Hope you guys have been reading through 1st and 2nd Samuel like we have advised during this time of quarantine. Make sure you're making that time with your walk with God, reading 1st and 2nd Samuel. But let's look at 2nd Samuel today. How many times have I said Samuel? Never thought about that. 2nd Samuel today, go to chapter 7. I'm going to start reading at verse 8 through 13. And then I think 15 through 16. So anyways, just listen along as we have a
dramatic reading.
Dramatic reading. Let's go. Oh, let me set the scene. You gotta set the scene. You can't just look in the middle of something and start going. We don't do that. Okay, we give context. Anyways, David has brought the Ark of the Covenant back, and he's like, you know what? I really would love to build a huge house for the Lord to dwell in, so that people could go to him. You know, I don't like him being this little makeshift tent thing. I would love, actual temple for, God to be in. And so, God was like, man. So this is God's response. He basically says, I really appreciate it, but not you, David. Not you. You don't build that. But here. Just here's his response. This is all. He says something. He doesn't just go, no. He says some other things. Verse 8. Now go and say to my servant David. This is Nathan. He told Nathan to go tell David this. This is what the Lord of heaven's armies has declared. I took you from tending sheep in a pasture and selected you to be the leader of my people Israel. I have been with you wherever you have gone. I have destroyed all your enemies before your eyes. Now I will make your name as famous as anyone who has ever lived on the earth. And I will provide a homeland for my people Israel, planting them in a secure place where they will never be disturbed. Evil nations won't oppress them as they've done in the past, starting from the time I have appointed judges to rule my people Israel. And I will give you rest from all your enemies. Furthermore, the Lord declares that he will make a house for you, a dynasty of kings. For when you die and are buried with your ancestors, I will raise up one of your descendants, your own offspring, and I will make his kingdom strong. He is the one who will build a house, a temple for my name, and I will secure his royal throne forever. I will be his father, and he will be my son. If he sins, I will correct and discipline him with the rod like any father would do. But my favor will not be taken from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I removed from your sight. Your house and your kingdom will continue to be before me for all the time. Your throne will be secure forever. Now, what in the world does all that mean? You got here. It opens up though. Let's look at the beginning. Let's look at the beginning. What God says. He's like, David, I've been with you all your life. Everywhere you have gone, I've been with you. I have been with you when you were a shepherd, and I have helped you all this time. I love before God gives him a promise here. Mm-hmm. He's like, remember who I am. Remember that I am for you, and I have been with you all this time. And that's an important thing we talked about earlier, is to remember that God's past faithfulness helps us to have hope for the future of his faithfulness, to trust him to being faithful to us in the present, because he's done it in the past, and he says he's going to be loyal to us always. So we know he can do it now, and he will do it in the future, right? We trust in God, and we definitely look to his past faithfulness to give us that trust for him in the present. So he does that. He sets it up. God sets it up for David. But then he goes into how he's giving him a promise of one of his descendants setting up a kingdom that will never end. And you're obviously thinking, well, Solomon, right? Solomon's going to build, we know David's son Solomon, next in line after David. He builds the temple, right, for God, and we think that's it. Well, that ends. The kingdom is divided in the future with Jeroboam and Rehoboam, some people.
Something like that.
Yeah, I really think it's Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Names are so similar. Anyway, the kingdom is split between them, so we're like, well, it's not. No, that's not true. It wasn't Solomon. It was a later descendant. This is actually a prophecy about Jesus, a descendant from David who comes in his kingdom. God will be a father to him, and to him he'll be a son. Mm-hmm. Kingdom is set up, and it will never end, and that is so true. He was talking about something greater than this earthly little kingdom of Israel. He's talking about a kingdom over God's rule over all being set up through Jesus. And so it's just a mind-blowing thing that this is a prophecy, a promise given to David. And David probably didn't even understand it in the moment, but we definitely see now that that was Jesus, which one helps you guys understand that the Bible is just one unified story leading to Jesus. It's not just this randomness. It's one. There's a plan, and you see God working that plan constantly throughout, and we can see it here. He's working that plan, and I think what we can pull from this, just one thing. There's so many things we could pull from it, but understanding that we need God. We need God. God has this plan for us to set up this eternal kingdom, and I love how he says that he will finally give rest to the people. He will give rest to the people. And he's not talking about like, you can take a break, you no longer work. He's talking about a spiritual rest. Finally, we can have peace in our hearts and our souls, and that is through Jesus. He was saying this is going to come through Jesus, and yes, we now have that rest through Christ. And so understand that we need God for that rest, because I think we have to learn to be served by God. Before you can go out and do great things for God, you have to let God do great things for you. Right? Because this is not a thing where we go do good for people to rack up our brownie points and we work God's favor for us. It's first, you have to humble yourself and admit your need for God and allow his grace to come into your life before you can go and do. You have to allow God to serve you before you can go serve others. And so understanding and trying to work in your heart, it helps eliminate that pride that we have. It helps us humble ourselves, but realizing that we need God. There's I have what are they called? They're like a book of prayers, all right? And I read them sometimes, and one goes with your morning coffee. And part of it, at the end of it, it says, like, Lord, let me be aware of my need and awake to your grace. And ever since I read that, like, a couple of days ago, I've been trying to say that every morning to myself, like, let me be aware of my need for God. And in that, I realized, man, I really need God. But let me be awake to his grace and how he's there for me. Yes, I need him, and he's there, and it's awesome. Anyways, that's a lot. I know we can get from this passage. This is a very important passage in the Bible. Understanding that Jesus is going to come from the line of David, as God promised right here. But understand that. Realize that you need God, and thankful that His grace is there for you.
Yeah.
So.
And I like the way it ties in at the beginning what you're talking about God's past faithfulness, because it's easy to, I guess it's not, I don't know, you can just look back at what He's done for you and be like, well, if I didn't have God in that moment, what would it have been like? And that kind of helps you understand like how much you needed Him, like how much you will need Him.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been a little segment for your walk with God. I hope it's been helpful to you. Continue to read through 1st and 2nd Samuel. And again, if you get done with those, go into 1 King. It's Easter week, so maybe you can take a pause on it and go read the Gospels. You know, you got a lot of time on your hands. Go read the Gospels. Go read part of them. To look at Jesus' last week of His life on earth. That'd be pretty helpful to you as it's Easter week here. But, yeah. This has been our walk with God, Mark, and man, it's a show.
There it is.
It's been a great show.
There it is.
It's been a good time.
Maybe one of my favorite shows.
Oh, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed
Okay.
it. Well, guys,
It's always a fun time.
yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, we will have your board at home segments. So
That's right.
make sure to tune in and see that, what your fellow BYG students are doing as they are bored at home. Well, guys, remember, very important things.
I'm excited to see those.
I'm excited. Yeah, that's really nice. They're really fun. They're really fun. People get creative. That's good.
Good.
That's good. Well, guys, remember, God loves you. We love you. And there is nothing you can do to change that. Have a great day. You went this way. So I went.